amashumi menshi hasigaye ngerere bahora nitwo twasabitswe n'inkovu z'amateka reba nawe ko kumenya igifu umwana amenya no kujya mu kanwa k'inzoka guhiga bigemera ibyaha igakora mu kanwa k'intaraho kugijya mu bicuruza.
This is Radio Imanzi News in English.
This is Radio Imanzi, broadcasting from Kigali. Here is the news in English, brought to you by Fiona Umuganwa. The headlines. Our history teaches us many things. One of them is to not tolerate injustice, rather take the lead and fight injustice committed against anyone everywhere. President Paul Kagame said at the swearing of Beatrice Mukamurenzi, who was recently appointed Judge of Court of Appeal. BDF has provided equipment to young people working in the Paved Roads Improvement Program in Rusizi District. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is waiting for the results of an investigation into allegations of lockdown breaching parties. Successors of Pablo Picasso are launching digital art pieces to ride the crypto wave. Now the news in detail. Our history teaches us many things. One of them is to not tolerate injustice, rather take the lead and fight injustice committed against anyone, everywhere. President Paul Kagame said at the swearing of Beatrice Mukamurenzi, who was recently appointed Judge of the Court of Appeal. During the ceremony, President Paul Kagame expressed confidence in Beatrice Mukamurenzi's abilities, but also noted that the responsibilities she has been given are heavy. The Court of Appeal is one of the entities set up to speed up trials so that Rwandans can get speedy justice. As it is always said, justice delayed is justice denied. Traders in Nyamasheke are calling upon the authorities to make use of premises formerly occupied by Kagano Sector Administration. Shopkeepers in Gataka Center in Kagano Sector, Nyamasheke District, claim that since the sector office relocated, their businesses have run out of clients because the bigger part of the clientele used to be civil servants and support workers attached to the sector offices. Since the relocation of the sector, there has been no traffic around the commercial center. Those who used to make 100,000 Rwandan francs per day are now making less than 20,000 Rwandan francs per day. The community around has requested the authorities to find alternative use for the premises formerly used by the sector administration. Mukankusi Atanazi, Deputy Mayor for Social Welfare in Nyamasheke District, says there are plans for development projects like hotels and other tourism facilities to attract visitors to the area. She therefore asked the residents to improve the quality of services they provide. Families in Ibibari Cell, Memuri Sector in Nyagatare District are demanding compensation for their properties damaged by the drilling and blasting caused by the company constructing the Nyagatare Rukomo Gicumbi Road. The Memuri Sector authorities say that in less than a week or two, they will have resolved the problem. They are working with the companies to speed up the settlement process. Residents of Kigali are concerned with the rising of charcoal prices. The Rwanda Environment Management Authority call on residents of Kigali to use gas instead of charcoal, as charcoal prices keep rising in Kigali. The government is planning to maintain good stock levels of gas to avoid shortages and to ensure that reasonable prices are maintained. BDF has provided equipment to young people working in the Paved Roads Improvement Program in Rusizi District. Some of the young people who were given the equipment say that it is the answer to the challenges they faced at work and that it will help them improve their work. Deputy Mayor for Economic Development in Rusizi District, Ndagijimana Rwimunyemanzi, says they are creating projects to solve the problem of the remaining unemployed youth in the region. BDF is a business development fund that was created by the government to help small and medium enterprises access funds by providing them guarantee for loans. BDF has also been financing small enterprises. Sport, a Kigali-based football club, has signed Musa Esenu from Uganda on a 2-year deal. He is a strong striker who can score a good number of goals for Sport if all goes well. He has already landed in Kigali and signed the contract with his new team and will wear shirt number 7. Now some items of international news. The Allied Democratic Forces are suspected of killing 16 people in the attacks launched in Ituri. According to local media reports on Monday, January 24, 2022, the rebels set fire to homes and looted properties. This violence follows the launch joint of military operations against the armed group by the DRC and Uganda. The African Union has decided to be the mediator between Mali and the West African Economic Community. On Tuesday 25th, there was a delegation in Bamako that was chaired by President of the African Union, Moussa Faki Mahama, where he met officials from Mali, including the President, Prime Minister, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The delegation was trying to reach an agreement between Mali and the West African Economic Community. Mali officials stated that the talks with the African Union had been successful. The Senegalese army says 9 of its soldiers serving in a multinational peacekeeping force in the Gambia have gone missing and have been taken hostage by rebels. This was announced on Tuesday, a day after the army said 2 soldiers had been killed in a battle with the rebels fighting for the independence of Casamance. The army said that operations are ongoing to find the missing soldiers. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is waiting for the results of an investigation into allegations of lockdown breaching parties. The results of this investigation could help him end weeks of scandal or bring his time in office to an abrupt end. Indonesia's capital is sinking, polluted and now moving. Jakarta is congested, polluted, prone to earthquakes and rapidly sinking into the Java Sea. Now the government is leaving and moving the country's capital to the island of Borneo. Repeated COVID-19 testing of millions of Beijing residents is starting to test the patience of some as the city clamps down on the virus ahead of the coming Winter Olympics. Successors of Pablo Picasso are launching digital art pieces to ride the crypto wave. The famed 20th century Spanish artists are vaulting into 21st century commerce by selling 1,010 digital art pieces of one of his ceramic works that has never before been seen publicly, riding a fad for crypto assets that have taken the art and financial worlds by storm. The review of currency market today, 26th January 2022. The Kenyan shilling buying price was 8.9 Rwandan francs and selling price was 9.0 Rwandan francs. Tanzanian shilling buying price was 0.43 and selling price was 0.44 Rwandan francs. Ugandan shilling buying price was 0.28 Rwandan francs and selling price was 0.289 Rwandan francs. Burundian franc buying price was 0.5 Rwandan francs and selling price was 0.51 Rwandan francs. The US dollar buying price was 1,001 Rwandan francs and the selling price was 1,021 Rwandan francs. The British pound buying price was 1,353 Rwandan francs and selling price was 1,380 Rwandan francs. The euro buying price was 1,132 Rwandan francs and selling price was 1,155 Rwandan francs. With that, we come to the end of tonight's edition.